Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's like I'm a huge star, you know, like welcome back to my channel. Here we start a new series of videos which will be devoted to the studies abroad, because you know I'm up for moving, traveling, studying somewhere else, so I just want to give you more information so that you know you have opportunities to study in different places. And today we start with my groupmate Lasma.
Hi.
She's my first guest and we'll be discussing the studies in the Czech Republic. But let's start with you. Can you tell maybe us a few words about yourself?
Oh yes, hello everyone. My name is Lasma, and as Anna said, I have graduated also the same program as she. Yeah, this year I have started to work as well, and yeah, currently enjoying the summer break finally.
Maybe we should also mention that you are Latvian.
Oh yes, I'm Latvian.
And most probably we'll also mention some local things to make sure that you understand us. Okay, so the first question is like simple. How did you end up studying in the Czech Republic?
Okay, so our university provides the opportunity to go on Erasmus Plus program. Like you can go 1 semester or 2 semesters. Well, you have also been there, but so for your viewers, a little bit background. At our university, we also have this opportunity, and I actually want to go to Portugal because everyone from Latvia wants to go like south because of the weather, warmth. Of course, and warmth, and the culture is quite different in the south. But when the COVID hit, I realized that in Italy and Spain and Portugal, they were the places that had the highest rate at that time when I had to apply. And I thought it might be a bit safer maybe to go somewhere closer to home, just in case I have to travel back. And Czech Republic isn't that far from Latvia. It's Latvia, Lithuania, then Poland, then Czech Republic, so it's quite close. You can even go by bus if you want. Of course, I would not recommend it. I have done it in 22 hours in the bus. It's quite challenging.
It just takes forever.
Yeah, it's quite challenging, but it's possible. So I thought maybe it would be safer. So I decided that I will apply to Czech Republic. I had to choose a closer country, and there was options Poland and Czech Republic and also Sweden, but Sweden tends to be quite expensive, as we may know. So I decided that I will give it a try for Czech Republic because I have been to Prague and I enjoyed it then. So I was like, yeah, I could apply. That is how I ended up there. Yeah, English language.
Yeah, well, but excuse us, it's our like second language, so we're dated from language to culture communication. So which city did you live in?
I lived in a city called Cezch Republic.
I love the style of this language, is like Polish, Czech, when you like cannot pronounce the names of anything there.
Well, I took some Czech classes, so hopefully for Czech people, if I didn't pronounce it correctly, I apologize. And my Czech language teacher, you can give me a 1 or no, like a 5. I think it was like
5 out of 10.
No, their grading system was like 1 was the highest and 5.
It's like vice versa.
Yeah, but we have 10. They only had 5.
Okay, it's like with a Russian system, vice versa then, because we have the maximum 5 and the lowest like, but never 1. And then nobody ever gets 1. So.
Oh damn! If you look at Czech Republic, it's kind of circular shape in a way. In a way, of course. And if you imagine that Prague is kind of in the middle, then Cezch Republic is down, closer to Austria. It was almost, I think, only like 1 hour, maybe less, to Austria. So it was closer to go to Austria than it was to go to Prague.
Okay. And from the city to Prague, how much time?
2 hours by train.
2 hours by train.
Yeah.
Is there only one university in the city?
I think there were 2 universities, but I wasn't that well aware of the other one. But yeah, I think ours was the biggest one. Maybe.
Okay, and what's the name?
So the university was the University of South Bohemia.
Was it easier or harder to study in that university to compare with the one we've graduated from? Oh my God.
Yes, I would say it definitely was. I think also the aspect that you are a foreigner in that country. Well, I don't know, but you are also a foreigner here, so I don't know how it was. But since I was national here, I was a foreigner there, and that was one of the most challenging things because teachers sometimes just randomly switch to the other language, like to Czech language, and I'm like, oh no, I don't speak. Help. Sometimes it was sometimes like that, but it wasn't necessarily about important things. It wasn't like they were talking about the subject and just switching to the other language. It was like small things. Maybe someone asks something in Czech and they also answer, but since you don't understand what they're talking about, you don't know if it was important or if it wasn't important. So I know how you sometimes feel, I guess.
Yeah, but I think with our group it happens less, like because there are many foreign students in our group, but when I had classes with other groups, I think they often spoke Latin. I was like, yeah, I understand, like I understood one word from your sentence. Please keep going.
So yeah, I think that was one of the challenging things, because you never know what is or what is not important if they switch to the other language. The courses were more in depth, it kind of seemed like that. For example, I actually only had to take 3 courses there because I had a lot of credits already here in Latvia, so I only had to take 3 courses there. They were Czech language for foreign students, marketing, and intercultural understanding, I think. And then additionally, I also took Spanish. I would say that I didn't take the most challenging ones because I just had to take some credits. But the ones that I took, they were quite challenging, especially if we talk about Spanish language course, because they take their language very seriously, and the first years already spoke Spanish quite well. I would say like B1 level, and I was quite impressed by that, because I know some people who study languages, not in our university, but in other universities here, and they sometimes don't speak the language even after they've finished the university. So that's was quite shocking, and also the English language wasn't the problem for them most of the time. Like at least they spoke either English, Russian, or German.
Oh wow! So
because they had the influence from Germany for some time, I guess, and they also had the Russian influence later on, and now the globalization with English.
Okay,
language.
so you could use like several languages, yeah, speaking.
Yes,
them.
You can try at least something, and if all else fails, just sign language. That's how I rolled.
Yeah, the best option. Well, since Latvia is not that far from the Czech Republic, did you notice any similarities, and which ones?
Well, I guess you can say that they are quite similar. For a person who has only met Latvian and Czech person, and for example you are from, I don't know, America, we could seem quite similar, because also Czech people are quite reserved, but if we compare to Latvians, they are not reserved. they are always telling us, or when they're presenting about their country, because well, when you're a foreign student, they often tend to like present their country in many occasions, and they always say that they're reserved and not as friendly, but then they meet us, they're like, whoa.
It's like the understanding of the word.
Yeah, exactly. Because like when there are a lot of Spanish people, because as I said, Latvians go to Spain, and the Spanish people they sometimes go up, to like.
They tend to go, somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere north. Exactly. And they were like, oh my god, like they were sometimes saying like, oh my god, Czech people are quite reserved and like very introverted, kind of introverted, right? Yeah. But I was like,
no,
come to Latvia. I was like, wow, Czech people are so friendly. They're always smiling. Oh my god. In Latvia, if you smile on the street.
Yeah, same thing, from Russia. Maybe this part of Europe, it's like, no.
It's cold, come on.
Yeah,
I think that was the biggest similarity, that we're not that different necessarily. You can feel the difference, especially when you live there for a longer time, I guess. Overall, we were not as similar as I thought we would be, I guess. The food is very different. The food is very, very different. These are one of my favorite pants. If you meet me, I often wear these pants. And I also wear them in Czech Republic, and at some point, the pants were quite small for me. Because of the food is so filling, and in Latvia I don't know why, but I just don't tend to eat that much, I guess. Just like on day-to-day basis, I just eat maybe some rice, maybe some side dishes. But their main traditional cuisine consists of these dumplings. Like I would say it kind of reminds me of like white bread. It's like
dumplings, but reminds you.
They call it dumplings. I know
it's like pierogi in Poland, no? It's like big vareniki.
No, I know what you mean. Like for us who know what pelmeni is, right? We consider like that pelmeni is dumplings, right? Because in Latvia we also have pelmeni, so it's okay. No, dumplings for them is something else.
Okay.
So dumplings for them, because they always were telling me, well, we're gonna eat dumplings, and I'm like, oh, dumplings, and they give me like not the dumplings I think of, right?
Oh my god.
I will send you a picture. You can insert it here.
Yeah, sure.
With the food that I'm talking about.
This
is the dumplings, and they always serve it with the sauce, and the sauce there's a lot of sauce, and there's usually like maybe 4 or 5 of those dumplings, and the dumpling is like this big. You saw it in the picture.
Yeah.
And there's also always meat, and the plate is huge, and it's very tasty, right? But yeah, like if you eat it every day for like 3-4 months, you can gain some weight. The language is different from Latvian, but you know some Russian, maybe it's easier to understand Czech language. They also have mountains, or hills.
Great.
We don't have in Latvia. We don't have that. And as a Latvian person, they always not made us, but they invited us on hikes. And they were always inviting us to hikes. And as a Latvian person, it was challenging. We climbed a 1,800 meter hill, which.
Okay.
Whoa, like in Latvia, it's not even, like the highest place isn't even that high, so yeah, it was quite challenging. I almost passed out like halfway there, but it was okay. At the top, we again tried out one of their traditional dishes, I guess. It was a garlic soup with cheese. It was good.
Okay, it's like onion soup in France and garlic soup in the Czech
It's
Republic.
almost like the onion soup but with garlic.
My next question was about like stereotypes, if you had any. So you mentioned already that you thought you would be more like similar with the local people. Did you have any other like ideas before coming there?
Before coming, because of the whole pandemic thing, I wasn't actually thinking a lot about going there because I just didn't want to get my hopes up or just think about it.
Yeah.
When it happens, it happens. I didn't believe it until I was there, actually. So I was not thinking a lot about it. And but actually I thought that we were going to be very similar. At the end of the day, we were quite different. Like they are a lot more open and outgoing. Especially it shows because they have this bar culture. That they go outside to bars and hang out with their friends after school. Not necessarily like to drink alcohol, but just like to hang or just maybe eat something. In Latvia, we don't usually, as you have seen also, in Latvia we don't really have that many pub culture. Culture. I apologize. We don't have that many pubs all around everywhere, and that is why the culture doesn't really exist as it does in Czech Republic. And also they really love their beer. Like I actually didn't have any stereotypes in general. But when I went there, I noticed some differences also when I was talking to other people about Latvia and how we are different, because people said to us that, wow, yeah, you seem quite cold at the beginning. You're like, yeah, we get that a lot. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk maybe about local people. So how did they treat you?
I would say the Czech people are quite welcoming to foreigners. They try to speak the other language, to kind of try to ask them either it's English, Russian or German, and if they can't really speak it, then they will also still try to kind of help you out, maybe use some sign languages or maybe Google Translate. They wouldn't just turn you down and make you speak the Czech language if you are a tourist. That is quite nice, I think.
That's great.
Because for me personally, it was kind of stressful at the beginning because I just didn't want to make them uncomfortable because I don't speak the language, and I understand that I'm in their country and I should speak their language, which just obviously it's not really possible at that moment. So I was always quite stressed, so I didn't go out to eat, or I didn't ask for anything, so I was kind of stressed. But after I lived there for some time, I got used to it and I understand that people are quite friendly. Like as an Erasmus student, you don't have that many opportunities to connect with the locals, I would say, because you're kind of in the international student
environment,
an environment, right? But the people that I did talk to, they were very, very nice. Especially we had this Erasmus Student Network organization in our university, and they were very friendly to me and to others, of course, as well. And I think they were quite nice. And also the teachers were very nice and open. And the only one thing that I could point out as maybe a negative aspect, at least for me, I think that's something that I don't really prefer in my day-to-day life. On the streets in Latvia, I don't really get, like none of my friends as well. We just talked about that we don't really that often get approached randomly on the street and just don't receive random comments from men that often. Yeah, of course it happens like from time to time, maybe like once or maybe sometimes, yes, but there it happened like almost like twice or 3 times a week, just like a random comment or something, or just like a whistle. And I know it's like maybe not that harmful, but still it's something that I don't really prefer. And something that I noticed is that maybe as they are maybe not as introverted as we are, they tend to be more extroverted
that can be the thing too.
and to approach people more often than in Latvia. So that's one thing that I noticed there.
Yeah, so you also mentioned that like in the beginning you didn't want like to go out. I think it's like the stages of the culture shock. So if you know that you are going like abroad and you're going to stay there for longer, you just have to be prepared that in the beginning it can be hard. Just don't give up, yeah, because it will be better afterwards. And if there are like kind and welcoming people around you, it will be better and better. And of course, like if you start learning, for example, local language, it will be even easier, yeah, afterwards. So that's something we should remember, yeah, going to study abroad. And maybe now we will talk more about the university you've studied at. You've already talked about the food. And did you have like a canteen, or like what are the ways that you like where you can eat, and how much was it? Like expensive, not very?
I personally love this university. South Bohemia, still in my heart. I really liked it because it was so different from Ventspils University. They had many places where you could eat, which I found interesting because, well, you know, at Ventspils University we have to usually go out of the university, but they had a campus, maybe 4 or 5 faculties located on the campus, and other faculties were located in the city. But city was quite not as big, so you could also travel there. So there was a canteen, and they had this interesting system that they used i6 for payment. You could check out the menu online before you're going to the canteen, and then you could order your food, and then you just pay online, and you go there. And when you go there, there are 3 options. Usually one is vegetarian and 2 are with meat, and then there was no vegan options, which is maybe unfortunate. Then you choose what you want to eat, and then you see 3 options, and there are like 3 ladies, and you go to your lady, you just touch your card to the special board, and they see in the screen that you have ordered it, and then they give you the food.
Oh, okay, that's good. And does this card give the discount?
Yeah, it gives like the student discount, and it was quite cheap. I think for one meal it was like 2.50 or 3 euros. It was like a big meal and a drink, and you can refill the drink anytime you want. Every day there was like a time period when you can go and have lunch, and then you just go there and take your meal. You can also take it with you if you wanted to, because also we studied during COVID, so there's a possibility to order food to your room or just ask someone to carry it to you. But also on campus they had other like smaller cafeterias with like some pastries and coffee, and also on the campus they had a student bar, like a student pub. Nice. Since Czech Republic is the city where the famous Budvar beer is made, maybe you know it. It's very famous, and it's made there, and also the university has its own beer brand, and they sell it in the bar. And yeah, there's a student bar. It's very nice. It's very modern and renovated, and also the beer is very cheap. What surprised me because, well, if you go to a cafe here, you pay maybe like 3 or 4 euros for a glass, and I think there it was like €1.50 or like 2 euros for a glass. So it depends, or even less maybe, because they have different currency, it's hard for me to convert. They had many places where to eat and also where to hang out with friends, which is something that I kind of miss here in Ventspils.
Yeah, definitely, because like, well, for those who don't know, Ventspils is not a very big city. I think like 30,000 people, and it's like a family-like city, and they don't really open bars or pubs for the youngsters, and that's maybe a drawback because they have a university here. Yeah, that's logical. I just wanted to say that I love how different the culture is, that you like go, for example, I don't know, to the Czech Republic, and at the university you have this like university pub, and the university has like a beer brand. I mean, like, wow, because when I was living in Russia, I couldn't imagine that university could have like a beer brand, like, come on. So it's really great.
Yeah, same. I was very surprised, but I think it was the first time that I tried like a freshly brewed beer.
Oh my god, it should be like good.
It was good. It was the weirdest
I can only imagine.
It was like the foam of the beer, it was so soft.
I think I should just put some information that drinking alcohol is not good for your health, guys, please remember it. And then about the accommodation, what are the options? Maybe before going on Erasmus, you also saw any other variants of where you can live?
I think most of the students stay at the dorms. it is quite affordable. I think I paid 120 euros per month for the accommodation. So you live in a room with one other person, and for me, luckily, it was a person from our university as well, so it was even more comfortable.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people who also go to Erasmus and they meet quite cool people in their room, so it's also nice. Now my friend stayed there, and yeah, we had like a standard room, but now she has like a fancier room, and it was very nice, and it was 120 euros. For Erasmus, it's fine. Maybe for a long term, it's maybe not as comfortable, but for some time, it's okay, I think. But also there was an option to live in a student apartments. I think it was like a different, in a different place, but next to the university, and some of the Erasmus people also lived there, but they paid quite more, like maybe around already 300. Also, some students lived in apartments, which were maybe not as expensive. It's possible to pay for it. It's not like cosmic prices.
Yeah.
But I think it's a bit more challenging to find it, especially if you're not a Czech speaker. Yeah, but I would recommend dorms. Also, you meet more people, and you're not as isolated, so you don't feel as maybe left out, and easier to integrate.
I think there's always like an opportunity to rent a room for one person if you don't like, I think, the company or something. Yeah, but again, if you want to connect with people, it's better to
I would recommend that, because on the one hand, when you go abroad, yes, at the beginning I guess you want the space because you are feeling uncomfortable, you're experiencing the culture shock, but actually the fact that you see other people and you meet other people, it helps you. Of course, it can feel that it's annoying, but isolation isn't the answer, isn't going to solve the problem, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as you may know, the Erasmus gives the scholarship to the students so that they can live in a foreign country, and the amount of the scholarship is calculated differently for each place in each country, and the question is, was it enough for you to live there, maybe to travel, or only like food, everyday activities, and that's it? So how was it for you?
Well, actually, before I was going to Erasmus, I had some money saved up just in case, because I just wanted to travel more, and I thought maybe I will need more money, as I've heard that many people, they go over budget with Erasmus, and that is why I also saved up a bit. But however, the accommodation was very affordable. 1/4 of the scholarship went to the accommodation, I would say, just to the accommodation, and then transportation was very cheap, because they have 75% discount for students.
Oh.
So it was even more
amazing.
It was a lot even cheaper. So you could go from my city to Prague only paying 2 euros.
Oh.
So it was very cheap. I think like 2.44 or something. Yeah, depending on the currency rates at that time, because since Czech Republic has this very nice train system, you can travel to Austria also with this discount, you can travel to Budapest with the discount, and also to Germany. I didn't go to Germany, unfortunately, but you could also do that, and also all around the country, so just for very low prices. And so the money didn't go to traveling expenses, because it was cheap already. Food was quite cheap, as I said. I went to the canteen almost every day, and it was quite good. And I traveled a lot. I did a lot of activities at the university, and I also attended a lot of events. And I still had the chance to save up from the Erasmus.
Oh wow!
I would say almost like 1/4 of the scholarship.
That's great. So we say that Czech Republic is not expensive, for students, and the Erasmus scholarship will be more than enough.
But I guess also depends how you spend the money, and maybe if you are a fancier eater, maybe, or you like shopping. I don't really like shopping that much, so I didn't buy that many things. So what was also very nice at our university, they provided us with all the utensils for cooking and other things. They have this thing called storage, where the international students leave their things, and other international students pick it up and all again leave it, and it's just like a circle. And goes around, and it's very nice because I didn't have to buy pots, pans.
Yeah, it's absolutely great because you actually spend a good amount of money on that in the beginning.
Did you have to?
Yeah, because I chose the cheapest one because I didn't care, but I think on the first day I spent like 50 euros, and then I was just like buying some extra things which I realized I needed only after some time. So,
and also they provide you with the blankets and also with the sheets. You don't have to buy it.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, in this part of Europe where we are now, so some people may think that there can be some problems with English. So at the university itself. So what about like the quality of studies and the classes itself? So how did you feel?
I think the English level was good. It was quite good. Well, as I said, I didn't have that many classes in general, so can't really be the judge of that. But also, as I attended the Spanish classes, the Spanish language was really good. Maybe a bit too high even for my level, but it was really good. But that was my own problem. I accidentally went to one French class. Have I told you this story? About my French class?
I think... yeah, like you, because it was like C1 or
yeah,
something.
I accidentally went to a C1 level French when I'm not even a A1 student.
Oh my god, great experience.
Yeah, but the guy, he spoke French very well, and not only the English teachers and the professors in general speak well the language that they have to speak, the students also speak very well. A lot of them, I would say, speak very well English and also Spanish or French or the other language that they're learning. I was very mesmerized of their level of language in general,
so
because
it's like a good motivation.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the environment is very nice for language learning because you see so many people try hard. Students, they are not afraid to try and speak the language, which is something that I kind of see here, that we are very shy, and I think that is the hardest part when you are trying to learn a language. You have to try and speak it, and it's especially hard if you're in an environment where people maybe also are shy or maybe even judging you or something, then it's even harder.
Like afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah, but in that environment, everyone was trying to say at least some words in the language, and it felt quite motivating. Yeah.
Your overall opinion, like, do you recommend the university for other people? Maybe you have like special comments for people from a different part of Europe or something like that.
For Latvians, definitely go to Czech Republic. You will like it. I personally did, and I recommend it to everyone, especially for students, because it's so affordable. You don't have to spend that much money to have this intercultural experience. The university is very nice. It has thought about everything. The canteen, the library is amazing. The dormitories, the pub, the location is very nice, and especially if you like a peaceful place. But however, I talked to some people, and they said that just as in Ventspils, they kind of miss the busy lifestyle of the bigger city. So maybe if you are a lover of bigger cities and maybe a bit more action, then you should maybe try something else. However, this city is not that far from Prague, which is one of the best places where to go clubbing, as they say, in Europe, and you can just travel there for €2 in 2 hours. You're there and you can spend your weekend there. So that is also possible when you can live affordably in the city where I was staying at, and you can party a lot in Prague on the weekends, and you can save up the money that you would spend living there maybe.
And are there maybe any other things which people should know before going to the Czech Republic?
Well, be prepared. I personally didn't like beer when I went there, and now I'm not that against beer. I got used to the taste, I would say, and also the beer's better there. Depending where you're coming from, but be prepared for very chill people who are still kind of outgoing. So, and yeah, just be open, be ready for a new experience, and yeah, try your best, and also try to learn the language. It's challenging but interesting, I would say. Yeah, so definitely the idea of the video is to motivate you and to inspire you maybe on going somewhere, or if you already plan to go to the Czech Republic. I hope we gave you the useful information. So just let us know in the comments below if you're going to like any country to study anytime soon. And also you can write the name of the country which you want to know more about, because I will try to find maybe some more people joining me in this series of the videos. I think we just say thank you, Lasma, for coming to my channel and sharing this wonderful experience. I believe. Yeah, definitely. So thank you for watching, and see you in another video. Bye. Goodbye.